Page 89. Passages on the law of dependent origination. Dependent on ignorance arise conditioning activities. Dependent on conditioning activities arises consciousness. Dependent on consciousness arise mind and matter. Dependent on mind and matter arise the six sense spheres. Dependent on the six sense spheres arises contact. Dependent on contact arises feeling. Dependent on feeling arises craving. Dependent on craving arises clinging. Dependent on grasping arises becoming. Dependent on becoming arises birth. Dependent on birth arises decay, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. Thus is the arising of this whole mass of suffering. With the cessation of ignorance, conditioning activities cease. With the cessation of conditioning activities, consciousness ceases. With the cessation of consciousness, mind and matter ceases. With the cessation of mind and matter, the six sense spheres cease. With the cessation of the six sense spheres, contact ceases. With the cessation of contact, feeling ceases. With the cessation of feelings, craving ceases. With the cessation of craving, clinging ceases. With the cessation of clinging, becoming ceases. With the cessation of becoming, birth ceases. With the cessation of birth, decay, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair ceases. Thus is the cessation of this whole mass of suffering.